a diamond anniversary, affordable chromium boxes, and an abundance of young superstars. Those are just 3 reasons why I think the sports card world is going to boom again in the year 2026. Happy hobby. I'm David Gonos, and if you're a sports card collector and you're working with a limited budget, this is the series for you, so make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hey, listen, today is a very fun, awesome episode. We talk about 5 reasons why I think cards are going to explode again in 2026. We've had a crazy 5 years this past 2020 to 2025. Big card boom during the pandemic, a lot of stuff going on. 2026 is about to bring even more happiness back to the hobby. Now, whether you lived through the 50s, the junk wax era, or the pandemic, you've experienced a card collecting boom of some sort at least once in your life. While, look, I'm not predicting a similar spike in as dramatic as those in 2026, but we do have a handful of reasons I'm going to share why I think things are going to get even better for collectors next year. Now, the first main reason is a big one. Fanatics unifies the 3 main sports card licenses: MLB, NFL, and NBA. They have both the licenses from the league and the Players Association licenses. Big deals. Not since Topps ran the show from 1956 through 1980 have we seen a card manufacturer singularly hold the card licenses of all 3 major sports, not including hockey. Now, we're not going to see this until we see it in 2026, once Fanatics takes that crown. The collectibles environment is a completely different one than the one we saw during that Topps 25-year solo run 70 years ago. Now, remember, too, Topps did lose the NFL license for a while in the 70s to Fleer, and Topps didn't make basketball cards for much of that final quarter century of the 20th century. But the knee-jerk reaction to Fanatics owning all 3 licenses is collectors should be worried because competition breeds innovation. I understand that. But let's also remember that Fanatics owns Topps now. Fanatics owns Topps. And Fanatics invested heavily into cards. They can't afford for new card collectors to get bored and leave. It's true, they'll always have the true collector. We're always going to be collecting cards. But now they've gained would-be gamblers with breaking, with the habit of breaking, or I say the habit of breaking, with the exercise of breaking. And that's become its own niche, right? But the key for Fanatics is they need people to care about base cards again somehow. That's going to be their problem to solve. Now, that could mean trying to get people to build sets again, like a lot of people do with Topps Heritage. That's a big deal, or Topps Flagship. Or it might mean dropping production runs a little bit, but they do have teams of people wondering how to improve the hobby. As we speak, right now, as you're watching this video, somebody at Fanatics is thinking, how can we make the hobby better? How can we improve collecting cards for the average collector and to entice new collectors to get into it? By next year, they'll be able to implement all of their ideas to get this hobby even happier. So the number 2 reason I have for why it's going to explode next year, Topps celebrates their 75th anniversary. The 2026 Topps Series 1 set will be the 75th set of flagship baseball cards, and we expect some serious awesomeness. 75 years. Topps has been making baseball cards for 75 years come 2026. And the rookie class should be pretty strong, too, including players like Roman Anthony, Marcelo Mayer, Bubba Chandler, another Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher, Jack Caglione for those Royals, Kyle Teal, many others. There's a lot more to come over the next few months of the baseball season. There's going to be a lot more great rookies coming in to possibly get into Series 1 next year. Now, the crossover possibilities is even bigger. That's the thing that I'm excited about. MLB crossover products with NBA and NFL. That makes the Topps baseball set exciting. Like, we've already seen some of these first pitches, like some of the football players come over and do a first pitch in a baseball, at a ballpark, and Topps makes a card out of it. That's pretty cool. So we might see more things like that. My hope is Fanatics creates some kind of cross-sport chase insert card. That's what I'd love, like a downtown or, for Panini, or a home field advantage, something like that, where you can pull a rookie home field advantage card of, let's say, Cooper Flagg or Arch Manning in a baseball box. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Or pulling a Roman Anthony home field advantage in a basketball box. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would also help get Topps baseball card collectors interested in maybe collecting some of these other sports that they didn't before, and vice versa. Maybe it's a basketball card collector, or maybe start dipping his toes and picking up some baseball product because he might get a home field advantage in there of a basketball player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, on a baseball card. That'd be cool. Number 3 reason why I think that things are going to explode again in 2026. We're going to finally be able to afford chromium boxes of cards again for NBA and NFL. Do you remember those days? Prism right now, Prism basketball or Prism football, that's out of my league. I mean, I'll buy a blaster or two when I find them at Target or something like that, but I can't even sniff a hobby box. I can't do it. I can't even sniff it because I have a mortgage to pay. How am I going to spend $1,000 on a hobby box of chromium basketball? Come on. But we'll now be able to buy Topps chrome basketball and football cards with chances at autographs and refractors and X-fractors and all the other awesomeness that comes in Topps chrome baseball. All that stuff should be available now, I say now, a year from now, in NFL and NBA. I think that's going to be another thing that gets people back into the hobby or getting into the hobby, is because now it'll be a even playing field across all 3 sports instead of these crazy $800 chromium prism boxes of football or basketball. Okay, the number 4 reason why I think 2026 is going to be a pretty big year for collectors. Young superstars everywhere. Let's pretend there's some special effects there. Okay, so right now I'm going to list a group of young superstars, and I want you to think of any other time period that held this much promise. Okay, so think about that. Now I understand that not every one of these players I'm about to list is going to become a superstar, but the potential is there. So let's first talk baseball. Paul Skeens, Jackson Chourio, Bobby Witt Jr., Ellie De La Cruz, Jackson Merrill. So that's a nice 5. That's a nice handful of awesome baseball superstar youngsters, right? In the NBA, how about Victor Wembanyama and Cooper Flagg, 2 of the past 3 number 1 overall picks? Those are superstars right there. That's going to be the face. Those 2 guys are going to be the face of the league for the next decade plus. How about in the NFL? Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams among the rookie quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud. How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase? And then next year we have Arch Manning possibly coming into the league. NHL. Connor Bedard. Matvey Michkov. Macklin Celebrini. Those are some superstars, and they're still in their early 20s. How about the WNBA? Caitlin Clark. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Paige Beckers. Juju Watkins. There are a ton of WNBA stars in college right now that are about to be coming into the league in the next few years to really pack that league with stars. They're already announced there's going to be 3 more teams expanding. WNBA is a real deal, and for collectors, get in on it now, man. The Caitlin Clark effect is a real thing. So jump in on 2024 while you can. 2024 product while you can. So when have we seen this amount of young superstars making every sport hobby friendly? I cannot remember a time. So number 5 reason why true collectors stuck around through the worst and will now be rewarded. Think of how much garbage true sports card collectors, and I'm including flippers and comeback collectors, all of them, how much garbage we went through over the past 5 years. From Wander Franco going from hobby hero to hobby zero. Zion Williamson turning into a great 30 game a season player. To PSA shutting down for a year. To dozens and dozens of scams and controversies. To backyard breaks. To everything else. We stuck around. We're still here, man. We bought new cards. We bought old cards. We bought singles, we bought boxes, we bought wax. We continued to adapt to whatever happened around us. We've learned from our errors. We're smarter cardboard consumers than ever before. Finally, things should settle down with all 3 sports under one umbrella. And hockey cards under Upper Deck, they're fine. There has been not the same problems that we've seen in the other 3 sports. So we can start moving past this 3-year purgatory we've been in since Fanatics announced they'll be getting all 3 licenses for all 3 major sports in 2026. The purgatory is over. It's done. We only have a few more months left. We'll be rewarded. So here's a bonus take on some other reasons why I think the sports card world is going to boom again in 2026. Grading has leveled out. We don't have 10 card grading companies fighting for the fastest turnaround times. Consistency be damned. We don't have that anymore. It's all settled down. The WNBA, like I mentioned, it's a rocket ship. And Caitlin Clark is the worst she'll be in her career right now. From here going forward, she's just going to get better, which makes her 2024 rookie cards something that's going to climb over the next several years. Let's jump on those coattails, right? The WNBA coattails. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is hosted by 16 North American cities. That's the home of card collecting. Now, Panini still holds FIFA World Cup card rights, and what that means to me, once they lose these rights for all these other sports, they're going to really lean into that 2026 FIFA World Cup card set. It's going to be like the last helicopter coming out of Saigon. Man, they're going to load it up. That's going to be pretty awesome. So I want to know what you think. Those are my 5 reasons. But I want to know what you think. What do you think is going to happen in 2026? Put a comment in the video below. I want to hear from you. Is the sports card world going to improve when Fanatics takes over? Or do you think it's going to get worse? Or do you think it's just going to stay the same? Nothing's going to change. It's all going to be the same. Just a different manufacturer on football and basketball cards. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me. So whatever you do, make sure you have a happy hobby.